yeah, pay more close attention to these matters, because it shows that you're not paying attention to this. Because when we look at it, it's been 14 months. The Biden administration has no interest in securing the borders or trafficking the immense amount of fraud in the immigration system. You see, and that is true. So, in order to work what he's working, he has to work with the different groups and make it look good in your face that he's supposed to be saying something but doing really nothing. You know what I'm saying? But making it worse, because he wants those people to come into this country so he can create a new voting population to cover their behind for the crimes of blood sucking, blood sacrifice, rape, and all kinds of garbage they were doing in our government and agencies all across the United States. We have to start looking at this and do more deep investigation, because when we look at the trafficking and the massive influx of drugs and different stuff coming into our neighborhood is going to only get worse. You know what I'm saying? So we look at each and every decision, you know what I'm saying? Each and every decision, whether to suspend, the construction of the effective border wall system or cancel, you know what I'm saying, uh, 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 the bilateral agreement that, contributed to more secure borders, have been, what I'm saying, a deliberate attempt to undermine, what I'm saying, the the statutory, obligation the government has to securing our borders and maintaining a coherent immigration system. He's not going to do that because he wants to bring in all these crazy people into our country. And I'm telling you, their mind is not like yours. And a lot of times they are very jealous of the fact that you live in this great country. You know what I mean? But you can't put that, and that's why they hate black people, because we own the country in which they're coming from too. Mhm. They didn't build those Mayan pyramids, and they need to stop wearing that little vest around their chest, acting as if like that's your people. Same thing like the all Mac heads in Guatemala. You know what I'm saying? That's Africans that were there billions of years before you got there. Now, I mean, you are an invader. You know what I'm saying? The Mayans are welcome, but the other ones were invaders. And then you had all types of invaders: the British, the French, the German, and coming and rape and brutalize them and breed up this whole race of $5 looking, so-called white looking ones and shit. Some of them may have dark skin. But that comes from the raping of the black woman. Now I'm saying you can't get black out of white and white. It's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But you can get white out of black and black. Let's get that straight. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking and addressing the nature of the border as it exists today, Biden administration officials, you know what I'm saying? Biden administration officials, you know what I'm saying, have, opt to report, have opted to report back to and an even more disaster. You know what I'm saying? They report more disaster versions of the immigration system that existed during the Obama administration. Let's get that straight for this sweet self. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But it goes back to the Obama administration. Who was Obama's vice president? You know what I'm saying? Was who? None other than creepy ass Luciferian fraternal order of the Empire, swaying on that garbage ass Luciferian Bible. He was it's called a Bible. That's nothing but some Luciferian book. You know what I mean? And he was the vice president. So they were working this thing. The one that a lot of the rape and the pedophilia and the blood sacrifice shit came up, you know what I'm saying, during this time. So who was the vice president to contribute to this garbage? When we look at the agreement that contributed to more to a more secure border, you know what I'm saying? has been deliberately a deliberate attempt to undermine, you know what I'm saying, the sanctuary obligation of the government has to secure borders and maintain a coherent ship. You know what I'm saying? But when we look at the whole situation that we're looking at, instead of looking forward and addressing the natural of the border as it exists today, Biden administration and officials opt out to report back to an even more disastrous version of the immigration system that existed during the Obama administration when there was no border infrastructure constructed, you know what I'm saying, border infrastructure construction, you know what I'm saying, catch and release was in full effect. Catch them after they murdered and chopped up you with a machete, and then next thing you know, they get released. Catch and release. This was the game they were playing. So these people could come in, rape 15 girls, put them in cages, treat them like dolls, and do all kinds of nasty Luciferian garbage. And then when they get caught, they get released because they can run to a sanctuary city. You and I end up in the dungeon way under the jail, about 15 depths low. You know what I mean? Where we will never see light. Aha. And be prosecuted on all forms, even when it comes to a regular ass traffic ticket. But we see where they was doing the catch and release. You know what I'm saying? Was in full effect. And the flood of illegal crossing was a never ending, you know what I'm saying, story. Unfortunately, the administration has taken, such failed policies a step further. You know what I'm saying? President Joe Biden has released, no, President Biden, creepy Joe, let's take that back, has creep them Joe,